Hello, I'm doing my first ever YouTube video. I'm really excited. When I actually thought, I'm gonna do a YouTube, I was like really excited when I made that decision because beforehand I just never thought, oh, I'd bother with it. But then I was looking at a video of another artist. She's actually an animator and comic book artist, and I saw her doing it, and I was just like, I think I'd actually enjoy that. So yeah, here I am. And today, I think what I'm going to talk about is I'll introduce myself first, then I'll start talking about my first exhibition that I ever did. So, I'm Louise Walsh from Ireland, Kilkenny, and I didn't go to art college or anything like that. I actually am a qualified beauty therapist. That's what I studied in college. But I do want to go more into art, into the art side of things. I'll always keep up the beauty on the side, but definitely I want to do more art for sure, make it a career. So I'll probably only upload a YouTube once or twice a month, hopefully more if I get more time and stuff like that. But starting out, I'll just do that and kind of have it a bit more consistent and stuff as I go on with it. And so, starting off, I'll say as well about, I said, the gallery. So, I, my mother was actually the one that gave me the idea to do an exhibition because first I was like, oh, I thought with an exhibition you have to be, I didn't know, like a really well known artist or something. Or I just kind of doubted myself putting my own art in there. I don't know why. I just was like, what, an exhibition? But all these things actually aren't that hard when you go about doing them. And then when I did them, like I booked it in, it was fine. But with the art gallery that I had my art in was in Thurles Art Centre in Tipperary. It's a great gallery space, and I only had about 18 artworks of mine up. They were all illustrations. I don't paint, but I do spray painting, but I don't paint with a brush. I'm not into that. So you have to put your name down, and you probably won't get to do one for about a year. That's another thing I've learned from kind of my journey of being an artist is certain stuff like exhibitions. You could be on a waiting list for a year or even longer. You could even be on a waiting list for 2 years. But that's no harm because it actually gives you time to get artwork done for it, like new artwork. And I had older artworks in the exhibition as well as new ones. So it was an amazing experience, to be honest, overall. It went on for the whole month of February 2023 and it was amazing. I absolutely loved every minute of it. And I sold 10 out of 18 of my artworks that were in the exhibition. So that was over half of my exhibition sold, which was amazing. Like for my first exhibition, I was like, oh my God, I was just in disbelief. I was like, this is actually happening. Like every time I got a phone call or an email about someone asking me, can I buy this or, you know, anything like that, I was like, oh my God, yes. I was like delighted. Um, some people were like, will you be sad now to let those artworks go? But to be honest, no. Sorry, that's my dogs in the background, they're being so bold. But I wasn't sad about it because with me, even when I go into exhibitions myself, I don't stand there for long. I wouldn't be the kind of person that goes into an exhibition and looks around for hours and takes 50 million photos. I actually get quite bored in exhibitions very quickly. I don't know why. I'm the same with my own art. I like to move on to the next thing. Uh, you know, I don't know why I'm just like that. Even when I visited the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, I get very bored very quickly, even though I'm a fan of his art. I love his art, and there's plenty of other artists I'm very fond of, like the likes of Claude Monet, Picasso, and artists like that, and loads more. But yeah, no, I just move on kind of to the next art piece fairly quick. So I wasn't sad to see them go because I was like, well, I want the money for them, so I'm getting paid for the work I've done, you know. Um, but it was amazing, and even hearing what other people had to say about my art that were buying them and telling me why they liked the art and why they wanted to buy them was amazing to hear too. And people that work in the Thurles Arts Centre were so supportive. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a more supportive bunch of people for the exhibition. They were just so encouraging. They were so excited as well. And they were amazed by my exhibition. And they told me that, because a lot of them have been working there years, and they've told me that they've never seen an exhibition do this well before, and I was like, oh, it was so nice to like hear that. Like they've said they've seen other artwork sell for, maybe 2 or 3 artworks sell in an exhibition, but they've never seen that many red stickers go up beside, artwork. So the red stickers would basically be being told, right, this artwork sold. That's what the red stickers were that they put up to make sure people weren't going, oh, can I buy that? And then they had to tell them, oh, sorry, that's sold, And also I sold a few prints from the exhibition too, because that did happen where there was someone, remember an elderly man came in and I started talking to him, telling him I was the artist of the exhibition because he was having a look around. And he said to me, I want to buy that one. It was the one of the first ever creepy floating unicorn with all the tentacles that I illustrated. And I said to him, sorry, that one's actually sold. That's why I said there's the red sticker up. I said that's what the red sticker means. And I said to him, but I can get you a print of it instead, like a framed print, and it will be a lot cheaper than the original. And he said, yeah, okay. And he bought that then for his grandkids, which I was surprised because it's creepy squid unicorn. I didn't think, I thought he'd be coming for something more, child friendly, even though if I was a child again, I would love all that spooky stuff, but some kids would get nightmares from that kind of stuff. But he was delighted anyway. And it just went really well. It went really, really well. And it kind of highlights to you also, like, when you are like doing well in these things, like it was such a success, it was shocking the amount of people that didn't say well done, that didn't text you, that you've known for years, whether it was someone you grew up with, went to school with, knew in college, someone you worked with. The amount of people that never did. Are you going? Sorry, it's my mother. Bye. I'm doing a YouTube. I'm doing a YouTube channel. No bother. Bye. That was just my mother. She wants me to. No bother. Sorry, it's my mother. She wants me to feed the dogs when she's gone. I said no problem. But what else was I saying? Oh, my dogs just ran in. Puppies! Interrupting my video. Sorry about that. What was I saying? But yeah, it will shock you the amount of people that won't text you well done, and like it literally takes 2 seconds to be like, your exhibition looked great, well done, even if you're not going to visit it. It's just shocking. But I suppose like people will get very envious at any bit of success that someone else has, even though they've known you for a long time, even though they've seen your struggles, and then they see you're doing well at something, you won't even get well done. It's shocking. Not that it bothers me, it more kind of makes you kind of half laugh, because you're like, your silence is speaking volumes to me. And also you remember it, you really remember the people that were over the moon for you, and you remember the ones that didn't care, that saw everything you put up on Instagram and saw all your stories and on Snapchat and all the other apps, but didn't even take a few seconds to say, well done, this is amazing, like, you're going places or anything. Or it didn't even say what they loved most from your exhibition, or people that didn't even bother visiting, that don't live far from it, things like that. It's just shocking. You would be so surprised. But again, I wouldn't be like, it would keep me up at night or anything. I wouldn't be upset over it. It would be more like not surprised. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing surprises new people anymore. But yeah, that will happen as well. I remember I was actually saying it to one of the girls I work with, that I'd be friends with, that like I said, where you'd be shocked the amount of people that don't say hi to you, or sorry, don't say hi to you, don't say well done to you, when you do well at something. Like, I told her about the exhibition and the amount of people that didn't say anything to you and didn't say well done, and she said to me, oh my god, it literally takes 2 seconds to text someone. And I was like, I know, like, I'd be the first to do that, but of course I'm not going to do it in return. If someone isn't going to be like, oh my god, well done to me, I'm like, no, I remember that now. But yeah, that kind of highlights to you as well that people can get so jealous of any bit of success someone else has. But it kind of also pushes you on more, because if people are getting envious, or people are getting, any bit off with you for doing well at something, that tells you all you need to know, and it drives you on with your art, because you're like, well, I must be doing a good job if someone's getting envious, and someone that's known me years won't even say well done, but yeah, so it's a good feeling, to be honest. And yeah, it was amazing though. Like, and I made a decent amount of money from it. I actually made over £1,000 for my first exhibition. So I'm really excited to do another exhibition. But with exhibitions like that doesn't mean the next exhibition I do will do as well as my last one. Do you know? I have another one booked in the library in Abbeyleix. They have a small gallery space, so that's in County Laois, and that's not far from where I live, from the village I'm from. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's not till 2024, August 2024, and we'll see how that one does. I won't be disheartened if, say, things didn't go as well as my first exhibition, because it's all about footfall and it's about the audience, because not everybody's going to be into my style of art, you know. Like, I'm not a huge fan of every single style of art. I wouldn't buy every type of art. There's a type of art in particular I really am into, and I'd buy that, but, you know, I wouldn't, you know, and that's okay. Everyone has their tastes and what they would hang up in their house and what they wouldn't. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Because with this first exhibition, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know, like, what do you do? Do you, and they said to me, you can kind of come in as much as you want, talk to people that come in. But what I like about having your art in an exhibition is you get to leave. You know, you get to leave, go back to your normal job, go back to your normal life, and come and go into the gallery when you want to. With having your art in like a stall, say at an arts festival or something, is you have to obviously stay at the stall, or you'd have to pay someone else to, but it's really better for you to be there, so you, because you're the artist, so, you know, people want to meet you, they want to talk to you, they want to ask you questions about your art and what inspired you to draw this and why are you into this type of style, and, you know, but yeah, that's the great thing about, yeah, as I said, having an exhibition, or also having your art online in like an online shop, because again, you can come and go, you know, as you please. It's kind of like you can do kind of, basically you can be productive with more than one thing at once, which is great. But yeah, as I said, with an arts festival or something like that, you have to be there, you know. But yeah, I went so bloody well, and I'm really grateful for the Thurles Arts Centre for supporting me so much and being so encouraging and being just so kind. Like, even one of the men that works there, he's a library attendant there, and he actually, I think he rang up, was it Tip FM or something, and told them about my exhibition, and they mentioned it down the radio. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he just did that just to be nice, you know, just from a genuine place. He was doing that for me. I was like, oh my god, like, wow. I was like, thank you so much. Do you know? And again, that it didn't cost him anything. Took what, a few minutes for him to do that, and he was literally saying on the radio to the broadcaster that this exhibition is amazing. The detail you won't appreciate unless you see it in person. He said that her art is so detailed. You know, you have to come down and see this exhibition. So, do you know, it just goes to show it is free to support someone. You know, it costs nothing to support someone, you know. So yeah, it says a lot, and I was so grateful that James did that. I was like, you know, it really kind of nearly makes you emotional, because you're like, wow, there is genuine people out there that do care and that will honestly do good deeds with not with any intention of, you know, expecting anything in return. You know, they're literally just doing it to be nice, to support someone else, and I'm like, wow, it says a lot. Do I have anything else to say about the exhibition? Oh yeah, there was a sign book, you know, a visitor's book, and that was lovely as well to see who signed it. A lot of people didn't sign it, but I think I've done that in exhibitions as well, where I wouldn't have even thought of the book, you know. So I don't think that's a bad thing that some people just didn't bother signing it, because again, you wouldn't even kind of know it's there. Sometimes you wouldn't kind of think of it. And but yeah, a good few people did sign it, and the people that did, it was lovely to see. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't know, but they'd write like where they're from, like the village they're from locally, or, you know, and they'd say what their favorite artwork was and things like that. And I remember one person actually wrote down saying, might be a good idea to put the prices on your artworks. So I kind of knew by them they were like maybe wondering what price my art was, and then that's why they were saying that to me, because, you know. And I was like, okay, because first I didn't put my prices on, because I thought, oh sure, if they really want to know, that they'll call me, because I've been in that gallery before when there was other artists with their exhibitions there, and I, you know, that didn't have prices up on their art, so that's why I didn't. And plus, I'm very new to it. I'd never done an exhibition before, so I didn't really know that much about it or what to expect. But yeah, and I definitely next time, I think for like the overall layout, like the layout was done really well. Like James was the curator basically for the gallery, and he hung up everything and did a brilliant job. But I would definitely, I think next time, probably, what would I do? Probably try and have more artworks to show in a gallery, definitely. Even though 18 was actually perfect, I filled it up nicely. Yeah, there's definitely a few things I would like to do different. Maybe have an open night another time. Do you know, I didn't bother this time. I just said, nah, be grand. Do you know, I didn't really want to. I had a lot kind of going on myself. I had work to deal with and loads of other stuff in the background I'm working on too. So that's why I didn't bother having the open night. But I might do that for my next exhibition. Who knows? I'll see. Maybe I won't bother. But yeah, and yeah, there's other little things I suppose I would do. I didn't do leaflets. I didn't do that, but I did print out a few, you know, my details, like my Instagram art page, which is luwalsh.art. I printed out, I think, what I said, oh yeah, I gave my phone number, of course, and my email address, and I gave a bit of a description about myself too, and talked a bit about my art style, and that I always loved Halloween growing up, and I always loved anything kind of magical related, like mystical and stuff, and that you can really see that in my art. And yeah, so I think that's all I need to tell you. I don't think there's anything else I can think of with the exhibition. But I'll definitely make another YouTube soon, talking about another art topic related to my art journey. And yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this first video. I'm not the best at keeping things short, but I said since it's my first time doing a YouTube, I'll do a kind of not too long one, only kind of a, you know, 16, let's say. Yeah, nearly 17-minute one, and I'll leave it at that then. And I might tell you a bit more about myself the next day. Just a bit more, whether it's about art or me personally or whatever, or, you know, my personality or whatever. So goodbye and thanks for watching. So excited to do another YouTube, and I'm going to upload it now. My YouTubes are going to be very basic because, again, editing skills, all that, I'm very new to. So yeah, like I'm still very new to TikTok. That's how much of a cave woman I am. But anyway, salon. We'll talk again soon.